What if I told you that you could get ahead of 99% of people and that it's a lot easier than you think? Yeah, right, I'm sure it is. But seriously, I went from lost, broke and unfulfilled to a 6-figure business owner, British weightlifting championship and smashing every goal I set using the exact method I'm going to show you in this video. So I'm going to give you the exact step-by-step plan to get ahead of 99% of people in 6 to 12 months and smashing every single goal you set. And it all starts with understanding this. So just pause for a moment. Take a look around you. What do you see? Okay, well, if you're lying in your bedroom right now, you mightn't see much. But imagine you're walking down the main street of your city. What do you see now? You see a bunch of overweight people with their head glued to their phone as if they've got some serious spinal issues that they should definitely get checked out by a doctor. And sure, not everybody is fat and hypnotized by a little dopamine device in their hands, but by all heck, 10 years ago it would have been almost nobody. And in 10 years time, it's going to be even more people. Heck, the number of social media users grew from 4.7 billion in January of 2023 to 5 billion in January of 2024. That's 300 million people in 1 year. In 10 years time, it's going to be almost everybody, but not you, because you understand how low the bar is. When you just take a minute and look at the habits and lifestyle of the vast majority of people, you'll realize it's not hard to get ahead. Most people just stuff their face with McDonald's, scroll TikTok all day and have a gym membership that they don't even remember signing up for. Imagine everybody was racing to the top of a mountain to get a pot of gold. No leprechaun jokes, please. Well, you're going to find it pretty damn easy to win if everybody else in the race can barely climb a set of stairs, never mind a mountain, and keep tripping over rocks because they're too busy being brainwashed by social media to look where they're going. This plays massively into your advantage. The bar is so damn low that it's never been easier to get ahead of 99% of people, so long as you don't make this mistake. And step 2 is how you're going to avoid the mistake that ruins 99% of people's progress when they try to achieve their goals. Understand that you don't need to change your life overnight. In fact, you shouldn't even try. If you decided to try and be David Goggins,
there's only one motherfucking option. Stay fucking hard.
And wake up at 2 AM to run 100 miles, you're going to try it and then you're going to think, fuck this, and quit and join that horde of mouth breathers you've been trying to get away from. Instead, you should take a note from the bodybuilders of the world and take small steps. You see, in the gym, you don't just go and bench 2 plates on your first day because, you'll likely get crushed. And instead, what you do is start with a weight you can handle for a set amount of reps, and then next week, you go in and try to lift a bit more weight, and you do this week after week for years, and you end up looking like Chris Bumstead. Okay, maybe not, but at the very least, you'll be able to bench 2 plates. And so when the bar is so damn low, the second step alone will get you into the top 10%. You just have to take small steps in improving your life and progressively overload over time. Let's say this week you focus on building the habit of doing 1 hour of deep work towards your goals every morning. Next week you focus on building the habit of waking up 1 hour earlier so that you can do 2 hours of deep work towards your goals every morning. And so each week you just do one thing to make whatever you're doing right now a bit harder and therefore more beneficial to you and your progress. Small steps don't seem like a lot, right? But when 90% of people are doing nothing, you get ahead pretty damn quick. But only if you do step 3, because without this you'll never be able to take those small steps and progressively overload your life. Imagine your current actions are confined to a circle. Inside this circle are all the things you currently do, but all those small steps, good habits and things that improve your life are outside this circle because you currently don't do them. And so to start making progress, you have to step outside the circle and do things you've never done. But if you look at the circle, there's a barrier. To get outside it, you have to kick down a part of it, you have to break it down, and that will be painful. That will be uncomfortable. Because you might break your foot when you're kicking it. And so to get ahead of 99% of people and smash your goals, you can't look at this discomfort as a negative. You have to see it for what it is. It is you breaking down the current walls of what you think is possible and expanding your damn potential to be greater than what you currently think it is. To take small steps, to make progress, to get ahead of 99% of people, you have to embrace the discomfort of breaking down the walls of what you currently do. And the most powerful way to do that is to do something every single day that you don't want to do. Whether it's doing an extra set in the gym, going for a run in the pouring rain, waking up 10 minutes earlier, sending that cold email to a potential client, or posting that first piece of content. The small steps you take in step 2 knock down the walls of your current comfort zone and get you into the top 10% of people. But true growth and getting into the top 1% comes from continuously expanding and reconstructing the walls of your comfort zone, and in turn expanding your potential. This is something that can only be done if you seek out and embrace discomfort every single day, both by doing those small steps and progressively overloading every week, but also by doing something you do not want to do, something that actively makes you uncomfortable, because that expands what you deem possible in the world. However, it's uncomfortable. You'll not want to do it, which is why step 4 is so damn important, because this step is exactly how you overcome any resistance you feel to doing the things you know you need to do. You see, to achieve a goal, you have to become the person capable of achieving it. Part of that process involves you knocking down the walls of your comfort zone and expanding your potential. But of course, when you kick down that wall of what you think is possible, it's painful and uncomfortable. That pain and discomfort is resistance. You feel that resistance because you're doing things that will turn you into the person that you need to become. That means the person that you currently are, your current identity, must die. And your current identity does not want to die, obviously. And so it creates resistance to you doing the things you know you need to do in an effort to stop you from doing them, because as you do them, you become who you need to be and destroy your old self. You will never get ahead of 99% of people if you cannot beat this resistance and do the work. So you need to start treating resistance for what it actually is. You see, most people don't understand what causes resistance, and so they take it as a thing to avoid, and so they never do the work and stay stuck where they are. But because you now know that resistance is your old self fighting the person you need to become, you know that resistance isn't a sign of what to avoid, but a sign of what to lean into. And so anytime you're going to build a habit, take a small step, hit the gym, do the work, or do anything at all where you feel an excuse not to do it, or you feel resistance in any way, you need to follow this exact 2-step process to beat it, so that you can do the thing you know you need to do. Look, the thing you have to do, whether it's lifting a few weights or typing on a keyboard, isn't actually that hard. It's not like you're working in the damn mines, okay? And so break your task down into what you're actually doing. If you have to send cold emails for your business and you feel resistance, break your task down and realize that you are literally just finding emails and typing keys to send an email. It's not that hard. Unless you have no hands, then it might be pretty hard. But so if the work you have to do isn't actually hard, then the only thing that makes you think that it's hard is the resistance that your mind creates. Which brings us to step 2. Once you've broken down the task into what exactly you're doing, realize that your mind, and specifically your old self, is just tricking you into thinking that the work is hard. And so with that understanding, you can just go and do the damn thing you have to do. Because here's the thing, true change does not come from changing your actions, because you cannot act outside of what you believe to be true. And so to change your actions, to create real change, you first have to change your understanding of yourself and the world. You have to change your beliefs. So by understanding what resistance actually is, you will now find it easy to change your actions, beat resistance, do the small steps, embrace discomfort, expand your potential, and get ahead of 99% of people. And all of this combines to give you step 5. And this is how you get ahead of 99% of people in 6 to 12 months. Because most people underestimate how much you can change your life when you focus on yourself for 6 months, because they've spent the past 5 years doing the opposite. Most people have spent their entire lives following the herd, and that bar is so damn low that you can get ahead of pretty much everybody with 6 to 12 months of sheer focused work. But only if you understand and implement this 5th step, rapid ascension. This whole plan is based on the idea of small steps and progressively overloading each week. And small steps don't feel like a lot, but small steps soon turn into big steps, because at the start, you only take small steps because the walls of your comfort zone are so tight that you don't have the room to take big steps, and you'll just fail. But as you take small steps, expand your comfort zone and potential, and stack both knowledge and skill through your experience of doing this, you'll be able to take bigger steps, and your progress compounds, allowing for rapid ascension. But it relies on you sticking to this process and showing up every single day. That's the secret to rapid ascension. Anybody can take a small step once and embrace discomfort once, but to get ahead of 99% of people, doing these things once won't make a difference, because progress on a daily scale is microscopic. But if you show up every single day, all these things compound. You ascend rapidly to the top of the pack. You know, I have an audience across platforms of over 500,000 people. I've won British weightlifting championships, I've held records, I run a multi-6-figure business. People say to me all the time, Ross, I wish I was as talented as you are. But here's the thing. There's no fucking talent here. Just years of showing up every single day without fail. Sticking to the process, taking small steps, embracing discomfort and beating resistance. Heck, I've planned every hour of my day for the past 1400, maybe even 1500 days in a pocket notebook. I have tweeted every single day on Twitter for 4 years, okay? You see, progress on the day-to-day scale is microscopic. You look back at yesterday and you don't feel like you're much different. But if you do 5 things, if you understand how low the bar is, if you take small steps and progressively overload, if you embrace discomfort, overcome resistance, and show up every single day without fail, in 6 to 12 months you'll look back and your entire life will have fucking changed. But you need to follow the step-by-step plan that I just laid out for you. But here's the thing, it's useless if you don't have the discipline to follow it. So to effortlessly unlock insane discipline, you need to check out this video here.